'Tis the season for Old Forester Birthday Bourbon. There's probably a few of you out there waiting online already right now. If you are, good luck on grabbing one of these. Old Forester was kind enough to send me a sample of the newest 2021 Old Forester Birthday Bourbon. Let's try it. What's up, folks? I am Jason C. from themashanddrum. Welcome in. Old Forester Birthday Bourbon, if you don't know, it's a vintage dated bourbon hand-selected from one specific day of production and released each year on September 2nd to celebrate the birthday of Old Forester founder, George Garvin Brown. This year, we've composed a bold and compelling offering which showcases the unique fruit-forward side of Old Forester, said master taster Jackie Zeiken. Now, since Birthday Bourbon's introduction in 2002, the bourbon has ranged in age from 9 to 14 years old. I'm gonna pour this already, let it breathe a little bit. Has a nice dark color to it. This year is Old Forester's 151st anniversary, making it the only bourbon brand with an uninterrupted history sold by the same family company before, during, and after Prohibition. Pretty cool. Now, the 2021 release is made up of 12-year-old barrels and bottled at a thankful 104 proof. The batch is comprised of 119 barrels filled on April 16, 2009 and matured in Warehouse G. Old Forester Birthday Bourbon will be available starting September 2nd at the retail shop at OldForester Distilling Co and nationwide for $130 in limited quantities in that iconic birthday bourbon shaped bottle like you see here. This is the last birthday bourbon I was ever able to get myself. This is the 2018 edition. Now, that was the last time we saw a 12-year-old birthday bourbon, was back in 2018. That one was bottled at 101 proof. Now, the 2019 was 105 proof, and the highest proof to date at the time coming in at 11 years old. Last year's was a 10-year-old expression bottled at only 98 proof. Now we are back at 12 years old, which I think is a great age statement for birthday bourbon, and 104 proof. So this is back to where I think birthday bourbon can really, really shine. Good age, over 100 proof. Let's see how it is. I don't have a bottle to do any, fancy bottle shots, guys. So let's just dive in. Here we go. Wow, so in contrast to last year's, I don't have any last year's left. I was lucky enough to get a sample last year of the 2020 birthday bourbon. This one is oaky. It's definitely fruit forward. Yeah, last year's was way more like tropical. This gets you back to all the delicious like red fruits. Man, it's very jammy, like strawberry jam, raspberry jam. Nice rich vanilla notes here too, guys. It still holds a little bit of that nice rye spice that I think you get from Old Forester. Man, I get a little bit of like a like toasted coconut in here as well. Man, it smells like somebody laced a barrel with like strawberry shortcake and toasted coconut. Vanilla creme brulee for sure. Definitely some creme brulee notes in here. Vanilla custard, vanilla icing. Some rich caramel notes here. Also get a little like chocolate covered almond too. Like it's right on the very, very end. Some almonds, a little chocolate. It's a beautiful nose. Definitely one of the better noses I've had from Old Forester Birthday Bourbon. But let's taste it, see what we get. That's really good. So I let this sit in the front of my palate a little bit, and I still got those bursts of like strawberry notes there. But man, this hits mid-palate and it just goes all dessert. I mean, caramel, a little bit of butterscotch, vanilla, more vanilla, like kind of, icing and frosting. A little bit of that rye spice still lingers on. Maybe a slight little citrus punch there on the first sip. Let's go for another one. Man, it's such a nice balance of, it's got this spice to it that just goes, the 104 proof, it's such a nice balance of sweet up front. You get all that strawberry. It's a beautiful textured bourbon as well. It's got a nice, nice viscosity to it, good mouthfeel. Goes back to the mid palate. And then, I mean, that's where you get all the sweet notes. I mean, the creme brulee comes in. This is all creme brulee, vanilla with like a ultra toasted, like topped, that hard candy shell, the brown sugars, rich caramel. It's got this like perfect balance of oak too that goes alongside of it. And then the kind of the kicker is this beautiful spice on the back end, this black pepper, a little bit of herbal spice. It's a little bit savory. Man, this is so far beyond what last year's was. Last year's, like I said, It's a little bit more tropical to me, but this is kind of right in line where this is what I expect from an Old Forester Birthday Bourbon. All right, here we go. Yeah, as you sip this, the finish, you know, a little bit more of the chocolate comes out. The chocolate comes a little bit more prevalent, but more of that oak and the spice just really kind of takes over the finish. It just got everything I look for in a bourbon. It's not overly sweet. I mean, it's got a nice sweet punch in the front of the palate, but it really ends with this nice chocolate, herbal, like Mexican hot chocolate type thing, where it's like, it's chocolatey, but it also gives you all this like spice kick on the back end. And it also gives you some of those rye herbal qualities a little bit, you know, like maybe like a slight hint of mint. Woo! Oh man, fantastic bourbon. This is a fantastic bourbon right here. I will say that, yeah, I know last year I was probably a little bit hard on the Old Forester Birthday Bourbon. Some people did love it. Just wasn't my flavor profile. This brings Old Forester Birthday Bourbon back to where I think it should be. High age statement, over 100 proof. I do agree with Jackie Zykin in the fact that, I think Old Forester stuff does do better. Not at a full proof, although some of the barrel strength offerings have been really good, but they've kind of drank really hot more often than not. Hey, that rhymed. But I really like this proof point. I like the texture of this, the strawberry, the crazy vanilla notes. All right, let's talk about the whole experience here. Wow. I'm telling you, when you guys get this, if any of you watching are lucky enough to get a bottle of this, let it sit on the front of your tongue for a little bit. You're gonna get all this beautiful like strawberry, black pepper, like jammy notes. Then right when it hits mid-palate, man, here comes just all this sweet. You'll notice how velvety the texture is. It's a really nice textured bourbon. But what I really love is those super like creme brulee notes. I love the vanilla cream, the caramel, the burnt brown sugars. A little bit of that, again, a little bit of like that toasted coconut comes through just slightly, and then it just finishes, just boom, all spice, just lingering spice, not proof. Remember, it's only 104 proof, so this has a really beautiful lingering spice. It's so balanced. I think 2021 birthday bourbon, if you're lucky enough to get one of these, you're gonna be, and if you drink it, you're gonna be really happy. Man, so, I'm not gonna do a final breakdown of this because it is really hard to get no matter, who you are. Even if you're waiting online and you're lucky enough to get one of these, these end up on secondary or they end up really jacked up at a liquor store, not too long after this is released, unfortunately. But if you are lucky enough to get one of these at MSRP, if you have a good relationship with the store owner or you're waiting online overnight to get one of these, you're gonna be really happy. Again, $130 MSRP. Availability on this is pretty damn limited. But I think for what you get, if any of you are lucky enough to get this bottle, crack it open, enjoy it, share it with friends, share it with family. It's a really good expression this year. So kudos to Old Forester, and thank you so much for the sample. All right, guys, well, hope you enjoyed this review for the brand new Old Forester 2021 Birthday Bourbon. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the subscribe button below. Please hit the like button. If you haven't yet, find me on Instagram, find me on Twitter. Let me know if you're looking forward to getting this or if you have a possibility of grabbing one of these. And if you do get one on September 2nd or even close after, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think. And as I always say, it's not about the whiskey, it's the people you share it with. So cheers and happy birthday to George Garvin Brown. Take care, everybody.